Have you ever waited for something for so long that you started to doubt it would ever happen?
A dream, a promise, a prayer that feels like it's echoing in an empty room. Today, I want to take you back in time to the dusty landscapes of the ancient world and tell you a story about a woman named Sarai.
A story of waiting, of doubt, and ultimately of a faith that moved mountains. Imagine Sarai walking beside her husband Abram. God had given them an incredible promise. They would be the parents of a great nation, with descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky.
It was a breathtaking promise, full of hope and destiny.
But as the years turned into decades, that promise began to feel distant, almost like a half-remembered dream. Every sunrise, Sarai would look at her reflection and see the lines of time etching a different story on her face, a story of barrenness.
While other women in her camp cradled their babies, Sarai's arms remained empty.
The whispers and glances, the silent pity in people's eyes, it must have been a heavy burden to carry. The promise felt like a cruel joke. How could she be the mother of nations when she couldn't even be the mother of one? Her faith, once as bright as the desert sun, began to flicker.
Doubt crept in, whispering that maybe God had forgotten.
Or worse,
maybe she had misunderstood him entirely.
It was in this moment of desperation that she made a choice that would complicate everything. She convinced Abram to have a child with her servant, Hagar. It was a human plan to fulfill a divine promise, and it brought strife and heartbreak into their home. Sarai's pain was so deep it overflowed, turning into bitterness.
But God hadn't forgotten.
He never did. He met Abram and Sarai again, reaffirming his promise.
He changed their names to Abraham, meaning father of many, and Sarah, meaning princess. And then he said something that must have sounded impossible, even laughable. He said Sarah, now 90 years old, would have a son.
Sarah, who had overheard this, laughed. It wasn't a laugh of joy, but of disbelief, a bitter laugh born from a lifetime of disappointment. Yet, God's promise was not bound by human limitations or the passage of time.
And exactly as he had said, Sarah conceived and gave birth to a son.
They named him Isaac, which means he laughs. This time, her laughter was different.
It was pure, unadulterated joy.
A laugh that echoed with the faithfulness of God.
The empty arms were finally full. The long, silent nights of waiting were over.
Sarah's story is a powerful reminder for all of us.
When we're in our own seasons of waiting, when doubt clouds our vision, it's okay to feel the struggle. It's okay to be honest with our frustrations. But her story also teaches us that God's timing is perfect, and his promises are always true, even when they seem impossible.
The wait may be long, but the fulfillment is always worth it. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more reflections. See you next time.